People call me a tech visionary, but visionaries see things no one else does. Like the first person to photograph dark.
Hi and welcome back to Real Reviews. For today I'm having a look at the sci-fi Signal 1, which is out in the UK on Signature Entertainment. Stars Dennis Quaid, Isabelle Fuhrman, Josh Hutcherson and David Thewlis. So let's dive in and find out what all the fuss is about. So Signal 1 is a classic sci-fi in the sense that Dennis Quaid plays Sam Houston, a tech billionaire, endless resources, an isolated island, and a slightly off-kilter expert in Professor Glasner, played by David Thewlis, with all of the sort of like unhinged bravado that the actor can bring to pretty much any role. Isabelle Fuhrman is the, shall we say, skeptical scientist who is brought on and at an incredible expense, and Josh Hutcherson plays Charlie, who is sort of like the other end of the scale and brought on for another reason entirely. But ultimately this is Interstellar, this is low budget Interstellar, this is low budget Contact, but what it does really well is that it draws these characters in broad strokes. Dennis Quaid really does bring some gravitas. He is of that age and has that much lineage in Hollywood that he can bring anything to life. David Thewlis has the same skill. Josh Hutcherson and Isabelle Fuhrman also provide solid support. But what else is there about Signal 1 on Signature Entertainment in the UK that is going to get audiences engaged? Let's dig a bit deeper.
How did Sam land you?
He promised me we weren't hunting for aliens. You?
He promised me we were.
So the thing that elevates Signal 1 for me is the fact that, you know, this is obviously a sci-fi premise. It is obviously quite outlandish, but there is a quality within the cast which are committed to making it come alive, and for an audience, even in a sort of passing glance sort of way, do invariably feel drawn into the plot. There are limitations in terms of production design, in terms of what they can do, but what they do with the resources they have is impressive, and the performance are solid. So there's nothing, shall we say, particularly bad about Signal 1 at all. What I would say is this is stuff we've seen before in other sci-fis. Contact and Interstellar are the things that spring to mind immediately for me. But ultimately what you've got is a very serviceable sci-fi. Might not reinvent the wheel when it comes to the genre, but what it does well. And on that note, I'm going to dive into my rating. Let's do that.
I'm not the kind of scientist who hunts for aliens.
Well, that's what we're about to do.
Can we talk back?
So what I'm going to give Signal 1 is a 3 out of 5 on the big old 5 scale. Why? Not because the performances aren't solid, not because the premise itself doesn't work, because it does, and nothing to do with the production design, direction or anything in particular. All I will say is this is something we've seen before. This feels like a lower key version of something slightly better, and ultimately it's a serviceable sci-fi movie, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. So above and beyond that, that is where I am sitting. And on that note, I'm going to dive into my trailer. Let's do that.
It's just too dangerous.
We're not waiting! Not a week, not a day!
And so it is, you've reached the end of another video review, this time for Signal 1, which is out on Signature Entertainment in the UK, stars Dennis Quaid, Isabelle Fuhrman, Josh Hutcherson and David Thewlis. And this is also the bit where I go, if you've liked the video, then give me a thumbs up. Failing that, you can always just drop a comment in the comment box below and I will respond. And finally, just subscribe so that every Tuesday and every Saturday when I drop another one of these videos literally into your lap, you'll get a little notification. You can pop in and watch or listen to as much or as little as you'd like, and then go about your day. In the meantime, check out the rest of the channel, or maybe track me down on TikTok at MC_real_reviews. That's MC_real_REEL_reviews. See you there.